Welcome to the AFR Saints channel, where we provide you daily content on your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to leave your comments below and smash that like button. Who dat? Breaking news, Dennis Allen, just a bit ago, announced when he met with reporters it is going to be Spencer Rattler Sunday against the Bucs.
Sure, you guys are all going to be wondering who's going to be the quarterback. Spencer Rattler will be the quarterback for this game. We talked a lot as a staff about what we felt like was the best thing for us and give us the best chance to win the game. That was the decision that we made, and we're excited about him getting an opportunity to go in there, and we'll let him go play and see what he can do.
Okay, he said for this game, Rattler will be the starter. So there was a very natural follow-up, which is he going to be the starter moving forward, or is it just specifically this game that wanted the clarification?
As it's been all along, with those two, we're really kind of in a week-to-week deal with each one of those guys. So we're worried about this week right now, and then we'll see where we're at after that.
Okay, he's not wrong. That's actually very accurate, how they've handled this. Go back to the preseason with us when you had Haener and Rattler, and all throughout the preseason, not only were they would alternate series with the ones, who would take the first snap back and forth. In the preseason games, they alternated who got the first opportunities. If you remember in that first preseason game, Jake Haener started. It was Rattler. That was the first preseason game at Arizona. Haener started. Rattler came off the bench, and if you remember, jump-started the offense, led a scoring drive, and then led the game-winning drive as well in that first preseason game. Second preseason game, Derek Carr started. Rattler was first off the bench and wasn't very good. 4 of 8, 27 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. The third preseason game against Tennessee, Haener went first, Rattler went second, and Rattler was 7 of 13 for 105, and his score was really good. So it was back and forth. This was on August the 5th in preseason. This was Dennis Allen, who's asked, hey, are you confident with either of these guys? Again, this was August the 5th.
I think we got to let these preseason games play it out. I think we're trying to determine if we have a backup quarterback on our roster right now. I've seen some signs that I like, and yet I want to get them into real-life situations under the lights and see how both of these guys operate in that environment. So I'm encouraged by what I've seen out of both Spencer and Jake, and yet we haven't made any decisions there, and I want to see what they operate like under the lights.
So he being very forthcoming, go back to August. They have been indecisive on these two. None really distinguished himself clearly over the other. So they're giving Spencer Rattler this opportunity. Maybe it was based on what you saw or didn't see from Jake Haener in a limited sample size on Monday Night Football, albeit in a really tough situation. The Saints were down 2 scores on the road against KC. It shuffled your offensive line, all that stuff. Rattler does give you a little more athleticism, a little more mobility. Maybe that's a dimension that he'll add to the offense. And look, man, a ton of experience. He's a gamer. Not in the NFL, obviously, but a ton of college experience over his 5 seasons. Dennis Allen did go into a little further the decision to go with Rattler over Haener.
Yeah, I think we just internally talked a lot about it and felt like, in this particular game that he was going to give us the best chance to win. Both him and Jake, both have been practicing extremely hard, preparing to be the starter. It was kind of the conversation that we had at the beginning of the year that Jake would be the 2 to start, but there wasn't going to be any, really basically going to be kind of a week-to-week deal. And we just felt like for this game was going to give us the best opportunity.
So he's mentioned a couple times this game specifically. It's interesting because the Bucs, this isn't new for them. We'll get into this in just a second, but the Bucs through 5 weeks, they keep playing rookie quarterbacks. Maybe a part of the reason why they're 3-2. But DA did go into a little further this matchup specifically against Tampa, why they liked Rattler.
Yeah, I think we'll keep all those things internal in terms of what went into making that decision. But there was a lot of discussion, and we came out of there feeling like this was the best thing to do.
Okay, so Tampa specifically, we know, is 3-2, and this is a team that defensively has struggled. Yesterday, we went through those numbers. I mean, they're 30th in the NFL in total defense right now. They're 19th in scoring defense, if I remember the number off the top of my head. 28th in pass defense. This Tampa defense has struggled a bit this year. They gave up 500 passing yards to Kirk Cousins on Thursday. Yes, they have a long week to prepare, and the Saints are on a short week. That is objectively true. But Tampa has already faced 2 rookie quarterbacks in the first 5 weeks. They faced Jaden Daniels in Washington, and they faced Bo Nix in Denver. And they've had some success. Now, Daniels completed 71% of his passes, but did not throw for a touchdown, and they held Jaden to 184 yards. Now, Daniels, and this may be the unlock. Daniels, who again, granted, is a very different, gifted athlete, but Rattler is a better athlete than Haener. Daniels ran 16 times for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns, but the Bucs won that game 37-20. The only offense really that Washington found was with Jaden running the football. In Week 4 against the Broncos, Bo Nix completed 74% of his passing, a lot of short stuff. Did not throw for a touchdown, just 216 yards, but ran 9 times for 47 yards and a touchdown. And Denver won that game 26-7. So maybe what you're thinking, if you're Dennis Allen, is this is a Bucs team that has struggled defensively and certainly struggled with quarterbacks who can run the football. Maybe Rattler will have some opportunities to make plays with his feet. And on the flip side, Tampa's offense, down a couple of weapons. I mean, we know Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are there and are what they are. Look to see the reincarnation again of Mike Evans, Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, Lattimore's owned that matchup throughout their careers. Maybe this is a game, if you're just thinking it from Dennis Allen's perspective, where you go, young quarterbacks against this Tampa defense so far this year have struggled to push the ball downfield, high completion percentage at or near the line of scrimmage, but what they've been able to do is use their feet to run the football and make plays. Maybe that's an area where Spencer Rattler is favored over Jake Haener in this game in particular. And maybe that changes on Thursday night with Denver coming in, who's the 3rd best defense in the NFL right now through 5 weeks. So, again, the sample size will grow. We'll see how this evolves. But for now, the decision has been made that they'll go with Spencer Rattler against Tampa in the Dome on Sunday. And, Todd Bowles is this is something that they've had to do twice already. This will be the 3rd time. And he was asked about facing a first-time starting quarterback, when you don't have film or any book on that player, which this is now the 3rd time they'll have done that this year.
Probably difficult because of the unknown. I mean, we watched the preseason tape and we've seen them coming out. We did our due diligence when they're coming out of school and everything else. And both can get rid of the football. Both can use their legs when they need to. And both are very accurate on the deep ball, and they have deep ball receivers. So we don't expect much to change from an offensive standpoint that way.
Todd Bowles and the Bucs, a different challenge to be sure. No Derek Carr. See what Spencer Rattler can do here with his first opportunity Sunday in the Dome. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.